out, but I mean, the flavors go crazy in that. Yeah, man, good job.
Thank you.
I mean, it's such a good stretch between the savory and the sweet. That's a good breakfast right there, man. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of America's Best Restaurants. Today, we find ourselves in snowy Flagstaff, Arizona, best known as the home of the Lowell Observatory. That's where they discovered the planet Pluto. Is Pluto even a planet anymore? I don't know. It changes every month. Doesn't really matter. The reason why we're here is because we're visiting the Toasted Owl Cafe. So I'm really excited to go inside, have some fun, and as always, get to the eating. All right, guys, so right now back here in the kitchen, and my man Manny about to hook me up something, about to go with an omelet, right?
Yeah.
So this omelet is special. Tell me what's special about this omelet.
This is special. It's very special because we use a brie cheese and fig jelly.
Whoa.
And a prosciutto.
Brie cheese, fig jelly, and prosciutto? Oh man, I know this is gonna be tasty. Let's get started. All right, so what we doing first?
We just fill the egg.
Oh, cool. Naturally.
Start cooking.
So about how long does this take to cook up?
It's just take like about 6-7 minutes.
Oh, 6-7 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, nice, cool. So now you gotta stir that bad boy up as it's cooking, right?
Yeah.
All right, Manny's about to flip it. Oh, looking forward to it. Look at flip.
Then we add the prosciutto and then the brie cheese. Then we just plate it.
Boom, there we go. Oh!
Then we use the potatoes, then the fig jelly.
Take a look, that is an omelet right there. They got that fig jam right there, fig jelly inside there, stuffed in with the brie cheese, the prosciutto, and then we got those delicious looking potatoes. Cut through that real quick. One of the things I love about prosciutto, it's almost like a bacon, almost kind of like a bacon, almost like a Canadian bacon a little bit, but I mean the flavors go crazy in that. Yeah, man, good job.
Thank you.
I mean, it's such a good stretch between the savory and the sweet. Perfect thing for breakfast. Bean, salt, and potato. That's a good breakfast right there, man. Woo! Burn my mouth. Thank you, man, for hooking me up with this. I think now it's time for us to go out, have a nice conversation with Cicely. Okay, so now we're finally sitting at the big table with the owner of the Toasted Owl Cafe. I got Cicely sitting next to me. Cicely, thank you for inviting America's Best Restaurants to the Toasted Owl Cafe.
Welcome. I'm glad you're here.
I really appreciate it. You know, I'm looking around here. Where'd the owl obsession come from?
You know, I've always liked owls because I was an English teacher. There's owls in literature everywhere. And I don't know, they're just majestic raptors who can like rip your eyes out, but they're beautiful. I kind of think that is a good bird to be. But yeah, I've always loved owls.
You know, it's funny that you say that because while we were driving up here, Nick and I, my videographer, we were talking about owls. Mm-hmm. And like, I was like, you know, I'm kind of terrified of owls. Like, Nick was like, yo, they're so majestic. And I'm like, yeah, they're fine on television. I just don't want to see them in person.
You don't want to hang out with an owl.
No, they're terrifying to me.
Well, and you know, here's a funny little story. People mail me owls all the time.
Do they really?
That are stuffed, and they write me these elaborate letters. Oh, I was in my car and I hit this owl and I ate at your restaurant like 2 years ago. And they have them like majestically stuffed and put on logs. And wow, thank you, but I literally cannot have them in the restaurant. I have to take them to the Forest Service and say, please use them for educational purposes because it's not legal to like have owls hanging out with you. So
wait, who?
Exactly. I like it.
So you'd mentioned that you were a teacher. Mm-hmm. What was the catalyst for you to say, you know what, I'm going to leave teaching and I'm going to start my own restaurant?
I mean, honestly, I did grow up in the industry, so I had a long time away from it. But at the time that I made this decision, it was basically, I was kind of done being a teacher and needed to do something else. So I made a big transition. A restaurant is very much like a school or a classroom where you're constantly doing scheduling and helping people and maintaining a standard and being out with a population that may not know or understand your menu or the area that you're in. So you're constantly teaching, giving people information, helping them out, very much like a school. Now I'm just a restaurant teacher.
This location of Toasted Owl Cafe, this wasn't the start. You had a journey to get here.
Yes, and continue on that path. I started in a 395 square foot tiny little shoebox of a place. Myself and 2 other people did the cooking. We had 6 items on our menu. If it weren't for my daughter and all her friends going to the university, university up here, I probably wouldn't have been such a good start. But they helped me, they were generous, they told everybody at NAU, they came and helped me with everything. So I was really, truly lucky to have that kind of support. And then I think just good food, good service, and talking to your customers and really making a connection makes your restaurant.
The people that you work with always will impact the quality of what comes out, because, you know, if everyone's bickering and mad at each other, you know, or if you have, you know, a domineering boss that, you know, just kind of brings everybody down, it's kind of hard to prepare inspired meals for people. So I love the fact that, you know, you said that. One of the other things that's really unique about this restaurant is the fact that everything here is on sale.
Yes, it is. Well, I had to combine my three favorite things: people, food, and shopping. So I tried to combine it in this restaurant, and it's been really fun. And I'm really into vintage. So my first big foray into vintage were lamps in my house. I had all of these really great vintage lamps, and I got really good. We got good at rewiring them and fixing them up, and it's quite a market. And then it went into chairs and everything like that, and it has become its own avenue. People come in with stuff and we buy it, and then we sell a lot of it, and I travel everywhere, all over the US looking for really cool vintage. And this year we're thinking about maybe asking people to come to us.
Now, if I'm correct, like you have several locations of the Toast.
We do.
Right?
We have currently 4 locations. We have 3, like 2.5 up here, and then we just opened up our newest one in Phoenix, in Central Phoenix, which has been really thrilling for me because it's a big city. It's a big jump.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're doing well there, and the neighborhood has been nothing but generous, welcoming, lovely. I'm very excited to be in Phoenix. This same with Flagstaff. Flagstaff's been nothing but a wonderful community to be in, and having the university up here has been wonderful because you have a literally instant pool of employees. Every year you get new kids and new and exciting adventures, so it's been really fun. We do a lot for the local community. We do a thing for the Flagstaff Homeless Shelter in the summer. We do a lot for the Humane Society. We like to pick kind of things where people don't have a lot of advocates, so we usually pick women, children, homeless population, things like that. My goal would be to be big enough in my life to set up a foundation that would be able to give for the rest of the days, even when I'm gone. And it's a dream. I hope I can make it. But yeah, I think it's really important to give back to your community, the community who gave back to you.
Nice, I love it. You know one thing I love food. So I want to get to trying some of this right now. What am I taking? What this burrito looks amazing. First off, what is this?
This is our breakfast burrito, enchilada style, which our green sauce. It's very spicy, so if you like spice, it's filled with eggs, potatoes, everything that we have that we can put in there. You can add bacon, you can add whatever you like. We have both vegan and regular, so that's a nice addition. But it's good. And all of our food is a big plate. We don't want you to go hungry.
You said you hope I like spicy, huh? Is that what you said?
You got your water ready?
Listen, I'm like the 6th spice girl, but I'm a dude. That's the thing though. Like they didn't want to put me on tour because it would have messed everything up.
Man,
you know,
I love the Spice Girls, so let's go.
But okay, well I'm about to take a bite out of this bad boy right here.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It's good.
That is tasty.
We try. We hand crack all of our eggs, thousands of eggs a week. We do a lot of scratch cooking here from the kitchen. We have a nice selection, I think, of kind of not your everyday breakfast food, and we try to keep it up. We introduce new items to the menu every year. We redo our menu. We're right in the middle of redoing our menus, so we try to change it up with whatever is going on in the world with people's eating styles or allergies or whatever it is that is kind of cool and hot. We try to stay on trend.
The reason why I like this, the green chili sauce, definitely spicy. It has a kick to it, but it's not gonna murder you. Very tasty. Then it's very cheesy with the cheese on top. Then you got the egg and potatoes in there. Love those potatoes you guys use.
Thank you.
So flavorful. And then we got burgers right here, but this is just not a normal burger. What kind of burger is this?
This is our vegan beet burger, and it's made out of red beets, and we do our homemade tomato jam on top with some hummus, and we do it on a really lovely bun. It's a pretty hefty burger. It's great for the vegans. They seem to really like the choice, and it's actually very good. And we have the sweet potato burger, and we have the beet burger.
Wow, that is surprisingly good for a veggie burger. Whoa.
I've traveled a lot looking for veggie burgers and trying to find one that isn't filled with a lot of fillers or filled with stuff that people think is healthy. It isn't. This is 100% veggie. It's 100% real. It's really good. And I am vegan, so I am very critical of what comes into the kitchen when it comes to vegetarian vegan food.
That is very tasty. Yo, to be honest with you, I came in skeptical, and I'm looking at it, I'm seeing a purple burger. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but you know, we gonna see. We gonna see. And I took a bite. That actually tastes really good.
Yeah, it is good.
That is
Thank
good. Yeah, absolutely. So I noticed that there's a lot of vegan, vegetarian stuff on the menu.
Yep.
Well, what's the reason for that?
For years, I had some health issues. And when I decided to start eating more clean, more healthy, it just developed into going into a plant-based, vegan kind of diet. So for me, at 58, got off all my medication, lost like 35 pounds. Believably, my sight got better. Wow. Everything got better for me. My numbers went down. We live in America where we're very reactionary about our health. We're not proactive. So I think for me, it was, I needed to say, I want to be here for when my children have grandchildren, and I want to be here to run my businesses. And so I thought I can control what I eat. So part of the fact that I'm here 22 hours a day, I was like, I got to start putting healthier things on the menu for me. And it ended up really taking off. And we have quite a vegan following here. I think people appreciate it. We're rolling out a pretty large vegan menu in the next 2 weeks because we've had such a remarkably good response. And I think that now we're going to be a vegan and not vegan restaurant, but we're going to be cool.
What does the future look like for Toasted Owl Cafe?
Okay, so there's my fantasy future and then realities. My fantasy is I'd like to grow the brand. We did do all of the paperwork to make it a franchise, so it sits there in its little pocket. I would like to do that, but it's a very interesting restaurant, so it has to have a very interesting person who would like to be part of the Toasted Owl family, because there are so many moving parts. You've got the vintage part, you've got the food part, and everything else, the swag part, t-shirts, all of that. That's huge too. Yeah. So it's gonna take a person, and it's also, I want like an owner-operated kind of franchise. So you have to be engaged with your employees and the food and everything like that, which I think is important to a small business. And so we'll see if that goes, but my dream would be have like 6 owls and either launch it into the world or sell it and retire. I don't know, we'll see where it goes, but it's been fun. I really love my job, and I love my staff, and I love the food, and I love having the ability to change things on a dime if I want, or say, oh, today we're all gonna drink ink lemonade all day long. So it's kind of fun, yeah.
Well, Cicely, I just want to say thank you very much for having America's Best Restaurants here at the Toasted Owl Cafe, having us visit beautiful Flagstaff, even though we're under about 3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for having us.
Well, you guys are troopers, and I truly appreciate you coming up here, and I'm really excited to be part of this, so thank you.
Well, I gotta say, we had a really pleasant time here at the Toasted Owl Cafe, talking to Cicely about her journey from a high school teacher all the way to now owning this restaurant was really fun and enlightening. And then seeing all those owls and all the stuff that's for sale inside, really, really cool. Also, gotta talk about the food. The burrito was off the hook. I love the chile sauce and the melted cheese on top, as well as the veggie burger and the omelet. Just a really pleasant experience. Unfortunately though, it's time for us to keep it pushing. So with that said, I'm Theo Williams for America's Best Restaurants. Hope to see you.